Hey, hi, hope all is well. Welcome back to the channel. So, it's the essay writing season of the year. Everybody virtually who is a B school aspirant is in the run of writing their essays as compellingly as possible. So, this gives me quite a few instances where I can see that somebody's making a mistake while writing their essays or structuring them or thinking about instances or life episodes. So, here are three things that you should keep in mind when you're writing your B school essays, be it for HEC, INSEAD, LBS, ISB, IMA, IMB, IMC, IMB and IMC call it an SOP, but other schools call it an essay, but the intent is the same, which is to get to know you as a person, as a professional, with your context, aspirations, achievements, and everything in between. So, the first thing which comes to my mind is that a lot of people these days they use Chat GPT for everything. That's totally fine. But don't use ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity or anything for writing your essays. I'll tell you why. Because a lot of people refine their essays, make them shorter, phrase them, make it fancier using, let's say, GPT-5. The problem is, B schools specifically in Europe and US have AI detectors, right? So if you use any line knowingly, unknowingly through ChatGPT, be it a line or a paragraph or an excerpt or a phrase, anything, it's very easily detectable. And frankly, I see an essay and it's very easy to understand that it has been written through ChatGPT, the kind of writing style that the algorithm has. Hence, don't take any risk. It's the most important application of your lifetime. It can change the orbit of your life. So please don't take risks. Please don't use ChatGPT, right? For me, a simply written essay which is easy for me to understand and visualize is better than a ChatGPT-esque essay which has fancy words, right? And B schools in India, specifically ISB and IM Bangalore, they make you write on the spot essays on the interview day. And the intent is to not only check your managerial acumen or situational awareness, but also see if your writing style in the essays, which you write on the spot in front of the admissions committee on the interview day, if that writing style is different from what you wrote in the essays, right? So if it's visibly different, the kind of words, etc., even for IIM Bangalore, it's called written ability test. They make you write it on the spot. And one of the intents is to see if your essays were written by yourself, which is a human, or an algorithm. So please don't take risks. That is one. Second is that a lot of mentees who take some time to write their essays, in between they ask me that, Sarthak, can you give me any sample essay? Or can I take a sample essay of one of my seniors who got into IIM Ahmedabad last year or LBS last year or Rotman last year? And I vehemently tell them that please don't do so, because knowingly or unknowingly, subconsciously, when you read someone's essays, specifically who has gotten through, your mind has a bias that if that person started their essay with a quote or had a lot of dialogues in between, or they talked about their maternal grandmother in their life story essay, then your mind will mandate you to write your essay in that fashion. Maybe take a life episode where your maternal grandmother was involved, simply because you've gotten a signal that this person got into HEC Paris, and since this person has used this life episode, I should also use this life episode or this phrasing or this style of writing. So don't do so, because your life, your work, your extracurriculars, your parental influence, what you have been through is very different from everybody else, right? So it's okay to get the essays reviewed by that senior or an alum after you're done, but don't start your thinking process by looking at someone's essays. That's wrong, right? You yourself are limiting your imagination. And third is, a lot of times mentees ask me that, Sarthak, in this first essay of this school, we talked about anecdotes. We delved deeper into a work project, into a life story. But in the second essay, we did not do any storytelling. We just had a listicle of our achievements. And that is when I tell them that nobody is compelling you to have the same writing style in every essay, be it for a same business school, because one essay, for example, which asks you to think about experiences which have shaped your work journey or you till now, or your strengths and weaknesses till now. To talk about experiences, I'll have to delve deeper into, let's say, 2 work projects or 1 work project in 1 life episode. And it has to be very anecdotal. There will be a context, a problem, a challenge, a conclusion. But an essay, which is broadly 200, 250 words long, and it wants you to talk about what value will you add to the classroom. There I can't delve deeper into a specific work project because I only have 250 words. There I have to give a summary of my last 5 years of tenure with, let's say, Deloitte. And that will add value to which specific club or elective, right? So it's totally okay to have some essays which are anecdotal, specific in nature, but some essays which are more like a summary, right? So these 3 things I wanted to talk about in this video, and I hope it helps you in writing your essays, and I'll see you very soon.